Trouble, you're in trouble.
I'll try and scoot over more.
Yeah, get your ass over.
Oh,
Tell her to get her ass over. Good morning, everybody. Hi. This is Sunday, July 18th. I know they probably wait for this because they have no idea.
They don't know
what
the
Sunday
date
it
until
is.
we tell them?
Until we tell them that it's
Right.
Sunday, July 18th,
and what
2021. Episode 55.
Holy
Wait,
crap.
my hair's sticking out from my hat.
You're,
that's
yeah,
right.
you're fine.
I'm done.
Sue.
Micah.
There we have it. We're walking around the table today. Excuse me, my nose is running.
She
Better
needs
go
to catch
catch
it.
Whoop.
Did it? Bang! Boy, we're starting out
No,
good today.
Do you see the shirt?
Oh,
Look at this
check
shirt.
out the shirt.
Perfect.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I have to go get it. Wait, keep going.
Squirrel. She's going to go get the squirrel. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Oh, and thank you for all your suggestions for names for.
we have the list all the way down the line.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna make her pick one.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I was afraid you were gonna topple forward on that run back.
There is a resemblance.
Like.
And please note, the squirrel on her chest is knitting.
Is actually
Yeah,
knitting.
It's actually knitting. See?
I'll get a close-up shot and put it on Instagram for you guys, but this is
Yarn,
hysterical.
my knitting.
She made it.
Pink glasses.
Purple.
Purple.
Purple glasses.
Well, and our yarn has pink and teal and purple
it's
in
all
it,
variegated yarn.
which is kind of like our color
Awesome.
thing.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah. There you have it. Ta-da!
Okay, so I was telling them that you need to pick out the name, and I have the whole list of them from last week. Thank you for all of those names. They're fantastic.
They are, and I can't decide. You know, cheese curds was cool.
Well, cheese curds are fresh on cheese. That's what the...
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that
what-
had nothing to do with
That
the
had
squirrel.
nothing to do with it.
well, this one, syrup.
Yeah, I like Nutella.
Nutella's cute.
Nutella's good. And Filbert.
Filbert is like Lisa. Thank you. That was like number one.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
Nuts or Nutty.
Nutty's okay.
Nutty's
So
good.
that's Sue or Deb.
That's Deb. She's
Another one thought that we could call him
K-Tog?
K-Tog, which
Like
is like
Snoop
K-Dog and Snoop Dogg, which would be really
knit
cute.
two together.
So those are kind of up in my rankings right there. And Nadine, pain in the ass, that's my sister.
PETA.
Yeah, PETA.
That's her sister.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
PETA, pain in the
Pain
ass.
in the ass.
PETA, pain in the ass.
No, I know
Actually,
what
my
PETA stands
husband
for, but I
started-
didn't see that.
Yeah. My sister went to school at
That's a good one.
IUPUI in Indianapolis. And she
But the
lived
name's
with us
already taken.
for quite a few years. And my husband called her pain in the ass. I mean, and she still, that's her, on her login for her email, PITA. I mean, and she introduced herself. This is my younger sister. Yes, I'm the pain in the ass. I mean, she's very proud of that fact, you know. So anyway,
Well, when you're good at it.
I think
she really is.
is Filbert in the high runnings.
Filbert's right up there, let me tell you.
Well, I like Nutella too.
I like
do
Nutella.
If it's a female squirrel, Nutella sounds more female than Filbert.
True. But my husband actually suggested Sybil.
Right? Yeah. Sybil would be good too.
Because he says, it sounds like
Great
you're sort
book.
of a split personality there on that show. And I said, yeah.
He doesn't watch us?
When I have it on every once in a while at home,
He sees it.
he walks through and he just chuckles and goes like this and walks
Shakes
away.
his head.
Yeah.
Smart man.
So, yeah, he just sort of kind of like figures out.
Well, if you have any other fun names, let us
Keep it
know.
now. We haven't decided yet, so we're working up. But Filbert's right up there, so if you like Filbert. And K-Tog, because of Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our theme, too, sitting around the table. And I said, well, we flock around the table. And he said, what do you mean, park your ass?
Yeah, we park our ass around the table. That's
We're
what
a
we do.
very sedentary flock.
Yeah, we don't do much, I'm telling you.
Okay, so Susan DeBetness,
Oh, yeah.
Pink Shawl Girl,
Pink Shawl
Yeah,
Girl?
yeah.
on Instagram, she sent an email, which I'm sorry, Susan, I didn't email you back, but she also commented on the winning prize thing, saying that she absolutely loved the package and everything that was in it, and
Good.
that all of her knitting stuff can go in the bag, and she's going to tote it to all of her little yarn groups that she goes to.
Good for her.
Actually, we gave her
So-
the bag.
And she wanted to know what my Ravelry name was, and I let her know that I'm the non-Ravelry
She's
person
the rebel.
of the group. I'm the rebel. These two are on independently, and then they have a Flock Around the Table group in Ravelry.
Yeah, she doesn't do it. But the bag has it. I like the picture on the bag. I like our
I
logo.
do too.
Right?
I think it's awesome.
I just don't think I could carry myself. You know, I mean, I think it's promote. I mean, if I use the
come
bag.
on.
So thank you, Susan, for promoting us up in Wisconsin there. You know, someday we're going to go through Wisconsin in the car and we're going to pull into a gas station. She's going to go, they're going to go, I know who you are. And you're like, what? I haven't been here. You know, it wasn't me.
Well, you were in Florida and somebody said, I know who you are.
I know. She was from Pennsylvania. How do you like that? It was like so weird. Usually when I'm at Disney, I'll run into somebody I haven't seen forever that I used to work with at the Disney store because obviously we're all Disney fans. And so like I ran a couple years ago, I ran into somebody I hadn't seen her in 10 years. You know what I mean? And it was terrible. And I got to stop saying, you know what I mean.
I was just going to say, one of these times I'm going to keep track.
You should keep track or you bump me whenever I say it. I'm trying not to say it.
She'll have one arm that's massive from all the time
all the bruises here because I keep hitting her.
Well, I asked my husband and
We're gonna
brother.
do a raffle. I think.
Do I say that at home? And he goes, "No, you really don't. It's not." I goes,
No,
I'll keep it.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Yeah,
And
He
he's
said he
just
was going
tuned
to
it
think
out.
about it. He's tuned it out. My husband can tune anything out. I'll tell you. 43 years this month. So.
Is it this month?
Yeah, the end of the month.
Wow.
July 29th. 43 years.
Yeah, it's getting close. That's what is it? It's Thursday? No. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the 30th. Yeah, Friday's the 30th. The state fair opens.
Okay, I have a question for you,
Okay.
Miss Disney Queen that you are.
Yeah.
Do you know why Ursula, me, on the Three Bad Girls shirt? Do you know how she came into existence?
No.
Really? You don't?
No.
She was the drag queen, Divine, from the 80s.
I didn't know that.
Now you know that. Now you know that. Mm-hmm.
How did you find that out?
I actually went somewhere this morning with that shirt on, and
It's somebody-
the guy told me that, and I had to look it up. It's true. It's very true. Drag Queen Divine, and I'm gonna have to look up pictures of Miss Divine.
Yeah, and then we'll
From
have
the
to dress
80s.
you up.
I don't know about that,
I mean,
but
you can't be a real drag queen because you're part of
because
that anyway.
I'm
but
already, yeah.
We could strap you down and become
I
a
can't-
drag king. Do they have
I can't even put mascara on like normally. Are you kidding me? I couldn't do drag queen makeup. There's no way.
Well, let's see.
I am.
We could get
not-
Sharon over here to do.
Tori would be better at drag queen makeup.
Yeah, we'll have to get her down here. She could do the makeup,
There's
and we can
no-
get somebody to do the hair. Somebody to do hair. Get your mom down here to do the hair.
Oh.
You know, we could turn her into a drag king.
Yeah, I don't know, but at any rate,
Cool.
Maybe- don't
I
have to do
learned
that.
that, and I went. Well, I'm gonna have to tell our peeps. I'm
There
gonna
you
have to
go.
tell our
I
peeps,
didn't know
especially
that.
Miss
Disney, I didn't-
Miss Disney
yeah.
Queen
I know
here didn't
everything.
even know.
No, I don't know anything anymore. At one time, Disney was always very big with trivia, obviously.
Well, there is a Disney trivia that not.
And
Even Disney people
I'm
don't
not
know.
good with keeping that shit in my head. I have enough trouble keeping the important stuff up front.
Is there,
and
there's
you're
important
expecting me.
things?
Well,
You mean
and they
like
used to give us
knit
tests.
one right, make one left?
Yeah,
That kind of
that
important
kind of correct
stuff
stuff. And they used to give us tests. We had to pass these quizzes
at Disney.
at Disney.
Oh my
okay?
God.
Part of our guest service and things like that. So you have to remember like directors and things and people who were the voices. I don't remember. I know that Phyllis Diller was Ursula's sister in the second one. Because Ursula was Ursula.
Yeah, but who did the voice of Ursula?
I don't remember.
See?
I don't remember. It's not important. What do I care? It's Ursula. You know?
At any rate. At any rate.
But Angelina Jolie was a great Maleficent.
Yes, she was.
Super great.
She
Yeah.
was.
And Glenn Close was a great Cruella.
Cruella?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
Have
much
you
so.
seen?
Yeah. I'm not big with the people ones.
She wants them animated.
I like the animated. But I will probably go see Jungle Cruise. Because I think
Okay.
that could be kind of fun. They blow people up and,
Yeah.
you know, it's sarcastic. And I think we could use some of those lines. Because we're kind of a boring, you know.
We are.
Yeah, I mean, we don't we don't say much weird stuff on this podcast. We need to go to Jungle Book and Jungle Cruise and figure it out. So, do you think we're boring?
Sure.
No, we're not.
We're not what? Boring? I don't think we're boring.
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I lost my train of thought.
I can tell because your lips stopped flapping.
There it goes.
So on the lost train of thought, I'm going to throw out my FO for my little baby hat. Okay, so remember I said I wasn't going to use the same yarn for the pom-poms.
Yes.
I didn't use the same yarn.
What did
for
you use?
pom-poms.
Wow, you're kidding.
No, I went stash diving and I
Is
pulled
that the
out.
watermelon?
No, it is 3 different solids.
Oh my gosh!
3 different
Aren't
solids:
you the
a light
smart
green,
one?
a pale pink, and a hot pink.
How
And the first one I
cute.
put on, I went, I don't know. And then I put the other one on, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh,
it's totally
perfect.
cute. So at any rate, this
Your
will go
hat's
to
done.
the golf course on Monday with Jamie to go to the dad to go to the baby.
Oh my god! And you Kitchenered it together. You can't even tell.
Yeah, it's Kitchener. Yeah,
Holy crap and a cracker!
you know how to Kitchener. It's not difficult.
Look at that! You can't even see. Look, you can't even tell. This is incredible. Can I try it on?
It probably fit you, you dork. You're such a dork.
I'm blocking it for you. That's right.
Yeah.
Look at how cute this is.
Her and her little head. Oh my god.
Big brain though. It's
No,
stuck
it's a
in.
walnut size. We discussed this last week. It's walnut size, and you get to use the needle to get all the way up there. At any rate,
It's
I just
so
thought I would
cute.
show you guys. It's kind of fun.
She makes
That will
great
go-
pom poms
that
too.
will go
Now
to
that
the little-
because see
the
we're
little
showing- since we're showing anyway, I started a hat that I had leftover stuff, and this is shepherd's wool, by the way.
Yeah,
I found the other
this is
stuff
shepherd's
yarn.
wool.
And wait, I gotta find the spot to put it on my head. Wait.
Why? Because there's a front and a back?
Yeah, see, I gotta work on my joints.
Oh.
I mean, you can, but you can't. I mean, as a knitter, I can see it. But, yeah, see, I finished my hat. But it needs a pom-pom, and I don't do good pom-poms, so Sue's going to have to make
I'll
pom-pom.
make a pom-pom for
What
you.
do you think? Pretty cool?
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, simple beanie. So, but I
For
think...
for those folks who were not paying attention last week, this is the expensive baby hat.
Yeah, the cashmere.
It's Expression Fiber Arts Cashsilk. So it has wool, cashmere, and silk in it. Cover.
Lucky baby.
Lucky baby.
Yeah, and
And I think I
mine's,
have enough to do a hat for me.
Oh, I think you do. Yeah. I think you'll be
That
great.
may be.
That'll be
Yeah,
nice.
that'll
Yeah.
be perfect. And it's so soft when it comes to your face.
Yeah, it's a little soft.
Yeah. It's
I
really
may
nice.
have to do. I may do the ribbing in
With
it,
something
in
else.
something else.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
would.
sure.
Yeah, I would. That's
I don't
pretty
know.
cute.
Anyway, yeah.
So, yep.
So there's
So I
that.
need to get home. And I did find the rest of this. Because remember I told you I did the sheep
The
hat?
rest of the yarn?
Yeah.
Ah,
And I was concerned about putting a pom-pom. I was going to buy one. But now that I found the yarn, I cleaned out my yarn, guys. I cleaned out another whole box. Well, I created a box, but I cleaned out a box. I just moved it around quite a well.
You
Boy,
are
did
a mover. You like to move things.
I do. Did I find the fiddle bits? Wow!
You found your fiddle bit box?
Oh my god, I didn't realize that I had that much crap down there.
down where?
In the bottom of this box.
Ah.
I mean, fiddle bits galore. I can't even remember what they were for. Seriously.
Maybe for Sue.
Could have been. Maybe.
Get out of my way.
Filbert's in the way.
I did some yarn shopping.
You did?
Yeah, from a new store.
Ooh.
And not from your coffee table?
No, it was from my closet.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I know. I have a...
So you had squishy mail that was already in the house.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I think so too.
It is, and I had two of these, and it is, they're minis by Café Creation, and it's the strawberry shortcake set. And I had two of them. I was going to pull these out, get rid of the plastic noise.
Oh, but the plastic noise is almost as much fun as the squishy part.
Yeah.
You know, you
But
gotta
look
have-
at these.
I love it.
They're fun.
And I've already got one set all wound up, ready to go. I'm going to make this shawl.
The Kuschelig.
Yeah, the one whose name I can't
Kuschelig?
pronounce.
Kuschelig?
It's
Yes.
Kue.
I'll go grab it.
I've got it right here.
Oh, do you have it?
Kuschelig.
I
It's
brought
a
it with.
free. Carly got us all started on it, so thanks,
Damn
Carly.
you, Carly.
I'm telling you, that kid, we got
It is. Well, I've got it all. It's this one.
And it's black and white. I didn't know we were going to put it on stage, so
Yeah,
called
and it's
KU.
it calls for a whole bunch of minis.
yeah,
So I've got.
Kuschelig.
Okay.
Kuschelig.
Kuschelig.
Very German.
Yeah, Susan, give us an idea how you say that.
Yeah, Susan. She probably
Or
maybe her
Sharon.
husband.
Well, Sharon, because
Yeah,
Sharon is working on her German too.
Yeah.
Well, she grew up speaking some German.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I took German for 3 years.
Did you? I
pretty
could
good.
talk to Ryan. Ryan takes German.
There you go.
Well, whatever.
I found
Whatever.
some really cool patterns that are written in German. I need
I've got
somebody
a
to
pattern
translate.
that's in
Oh, then we
German.
need a translator.
That we need a translator for.
He'd probably look at it and say, "Oh, Grandma." He says that a lot. "Oh, Grandma," like it's a bad name. Anyway, so I went shopping in my stash, found this. I'm gonna make this.
Ah, that would be so fun in that.
That's going to be
Yes,
fun.
yes.
Yeah.
And I checked on her website. I bought these probably a year ago,
Okay.
but she still has the same mini set,
Awesome.
and it's strawberry shortcake. So
But those are such fun colors.
they are.
They are.
So if you are into mini sets, it is Café Creations, and the yarn is very nice. She has some wonderful colors and some great mini sets.
Right.
So
Cool.
that's my.
Cool.
I'm intrigued with mini sets. I just love mini sets. I just Leading Men do it every month. I get a package from them every month, and it's
When you do that though,
yeah. And I got these stacks of mini
Mini.
packages that I
Well, I
won't go
think
in.
maybe you should do one of these too.
Well, maybe I should. I was
because you probably
thinking
have the mini set ready for it.
Yeah, I have, and I got a mini set this week too.
You did.
I
You did.
I did, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of leading men, Stephanie Loviton from Telly B. We actually met her here in
We did.
Sciennesville.
We did meet
We
her.
did that one not tasting menu. What was it called?
Whatever.
Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
she came and we all got the kits and everything. And
Yeah,
I
nice.
didn't finish mine.
I didn't
so-
either. So
Anyway, she is doing this. This is their knit along from August 1st to October 31st. And it's called Gift Box Mitts. And the pattern will be released next week. And get the information on Ravelry. But this is what her set looked like to make mitts. I have no idea what the pattern is or what it's going to be like or anything. But I'm going to actually do the knit along this
now is
time.
that
Oh, good.
leading men?
Well,
This
it's
is
only
leading
mitts
in.
too. I hate it.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's a
I
showstopper.
hate is such a strong word, but these knit alongs that are like a 3 skein shawl and they're just massive and they
Yeah.
take you 6 months to do.
Well, it takes me
Just
6 months, but
Never get through it.
Yeah.
yeah,
But with
no.
a pair of mitts,
Yeah, I should be able
Yeah,
to get them
that's-
done pretty quickly.
those are
Yeah.
going to be festive.
Yeah, that's
They're
what I
gonna
kind
be
of
very
think. It's
festive.
once I kind of get it. At first, when you get minis, now this set very cohesive. I you know, yeah.
yeah,
So
I mean, they all
yeah.
kind of
I
go
wouldn't
together.
necessarily see that. I would see a couple of them together, but I'm not that visual. You're good with colors.
Those
I'm not. But
don't-
these
those
don't
don't-
kind of go at all.
They don't really look like they're going to go
But
together,
maybe
but I'm sure the
green-
design
but
of
I'm
the
sure
pattern.
the design will work. Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that as
Yeah,
you see my
she'll
mittens
keep
come
you
along.
posted on that.
Because I love mittens. I'm a mitten maven. I love to do mittens. I'll whip
Mittens
up
and hats.
Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
give a couple of tips on this bad boy.
Please
Good.
do.
This is the quiche. This thing.
Yeah. So you start with this. On mine, you start with the
This
red.
is our knit along.
Yeah. Well, not really.
Hers.
Yeah, yeah. She and I.
So you start with the red square, whatever color you want to start, and you start
In that corner.
in like one corner, and you build up this way. So it looks like you're doing it the wrong way.
Don't.
just follow the pattern and do what the pattern says. It just doesn't seem to make sense because you want to do it like this, and that's not the way it goes. It's sideways. So that's my first step. Just when you start, just follow the pattern. I'm still getting, every single time I have to pick up stitches, I literally have to stop and think about which way I'm going.
I would.
I'm at this point now. I'm on here. I know I'm going to go to this side, and I know I'm going to go this way. But these first few, it just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. So, like when I put the blue on, I ended up knitting the wrong direction.
Okay.
And then when I went to the next step, I went, oh shit, I need to go the other way to do, because you're increasing on one side and you're staying the same on the other. And I realized that I was backwards. So
it'd be pretty tough to increase over there.
Right. So I had to cut my yarn and start again on the other side. Not a big deal. And I'm not an experienced picker-upper. So I'm getting better at that.
Oh, that's right. You've been married for quite a while, so you don't pick up.
Right. I don't pick up much. But you can see my first row of pickup. That was the first time I picked up. Doesn't look so great.
That looks so great.
I had the right amount of stitches.
But
nothing
that works.
unraveled, so
Yeah.
I was good.
Well, and that's a good way to fix it, as long as you don't mind
My
putting it
second
in.
row of pickups right here looks
Much
a lot better.
Yeah,
But my third row of pickups
it's the best.
is the best. The brown and blue.
Oh,
right
perfect.
there.
It's coming out great.
So I'm learning.
She's a pro.
Learning as you go. But we talked about these last week.
Yes!
We talked about these last week, and there is,
Thank you, everybody.
it's called like barber cord.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called officially in the knitting world. When you go to like yarn shops or you go to
Barber?
yeah, it is barber cord
I
or
thought you
something
had
like
the
that.
package right here.
Oh no, I have something completely different.
Okay.
So if you go to like your local yarn shop or your favorite indie dyer website,
Well, I saw that someone said it was also available on Amazon.
And somebody
not
said that
not the
Leading
barber
Men had
cord,
it.
Okay.
not the barber cord. So that one, I think it's called barber cord or something like that. This is what you find at like Leading Men carries it on their website. They're out at the moment.
Oh, Leading Men, how would you do that?
But they come in predetermined lengths, and I'm not sure exactly what the lengths are. But let's just say like 20 inches, 30 inches, and 40 inches, or whatever.
Right.
And you get a little tin, and it's all wound up, and that's what you get. Somebody had commented last week that my idea of it being on a bolt, and you just you just take out what you need
Right.
and snip it off would be great. But the barber cords don't come that way. The ones that are specifically designed for knitting don't come that way. But then somebody else commented, wow, I got mine at the pony beads section at Michael's for kids stuff. And I went, huh? So I went to Hobby Lobby over here.
Okay.
They didn't have any.
Okay.
So then I had to drive down to Michael's. And they did. So at Michael's,
Of course you
They
have to
have
glow
this.
in the dark.
I had to get glow in the dark. Actually, I wanted the pink thing, and I wanted the freaking pink. They come in a couple of different kinds of colors, but it's kind of like the texture of
Stretchy
the
cord?
no like the Twizzlers, the pull apart Twizzle things.
The string
The
twizzler.
string
that you just
Twizzler.
kinda kept chewing
That's
on.
what it reminds me of, because it's not tacky, but it's not smooth. I don't know how to.
Let me see.
That is cool. I never
So,
thought
and
to
it's
put me
hollow. It's a tube. So it's hollow. And I can tell you that this one from Michael's, a size 1 needle fits into it. Now, it doesn't go through it,
on.
but it fits into it. And so you
could just
essentially
slide the needle.
turn your knitting needle into slide into all of your stitches
This-
and pull the cord through it.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it come in greater sizes?
Well, there's different
the cord
sizes.
or the size 1 needles. I'm like,
9-inch knitting needle. You don't ever use these.
Socks.
You don't do socks.
Hence why I have the ding needles.
Now, are these different dimensions?
No.
They're all the same.
They're all the same thickness. Now, on Amazon, because of course I went and looked on Amazon, they tell you the millimeter of the thing.
Okay.
This one does not tell you the millimeter, but it is just Creatology's glow-in-the-dark pointy bead lacing.
For ages
Well,
4
it's
and up.
less-
For ages 4 and up. So
It's less than 2.25 because that's what your one is.
Right.
So it's less than that. Because you can't get the needle all the way
no,
in.
you can't get
Just the
you
tip.
Can't, just the tip in. So
Right.
you'll
That's all
either
you
want to
need.
use size 1 DPNs or size 1 short knitting needle. And I would imagine that probably a darning needle, a thinner
Sure.
darning needle would probably fit into it.
Sure.
But
Fine.
once it's on, it's fantastic. It doesn't
It doesn't slide.
It doesn't slide back and forth.
It doesn't do anything. It just kind of hangs
And
out
you
there.
don't need to tie them off or anything because whatever.
That's a
I'll let
cool
you know
idea.
how it goes. That's the first one that I put on. And I'm knitting on a size
3 or 4?
3 or 4, I think. So
You people with your metal needles.
I love metal needles.
I don't. If I'm too tight and I go like this and there goes
Yeah,
my
I know.
stitches. I gotta chase them. But this is cool, especially when you put something in timeout or if you need the knitting needles for another project.
Yeah, if you need the
How
needles
cool.
for another one,
Yeah.
You
throw
know.
that on. I haven't moved them onto, back onto needles yet, so I don't know what that's going to be like. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You gotta watch more.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta do more here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
it's fun.
I'm
We
glad
are
you
a
found
public
that.
service group.
Public
Yeah.
service
Yeah.
announcement.
I can tell you that this was a third of the price
Of what they were.
of the ones at the yarn shops, but
And you probably
I've
got.
tried the ones at the yarn shops, so I don't know. I can't give you an equal comparison.
Oh, there's 7 pieces, so each piece has got quite a length to it.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's quite a bit.
Did you cut this or just?
Yes, no, I cut that.
It's 15 feet.
Yeah,
Each.
each color is 15 feet.
Holy
so
crap.
you
That's a blanket.
you get substantially more in this than
Yeah,
you do
you
in the
do.
little tins.
Yeah, you do.
That are designed just for knitting.
But the tins are probably very cute.
Of course they are. I'm sure they are very
I have a
cute.
little design
And it's
on them.
from Irving, Texas.
Texas.
Creatology. They have nice stuff at Michael's for Creatology. They have fun paint stuffs.
You heard it here first.
They don't go because they never go and check any of that fun stuff. I love it.
I worked at Michael's for 5 years. I know their stuff inside out and backwards.
Yes, she does.
I had an interesting, and we were talking about this earlier. This year for my birthday,
Oh yeah, this is cool.
This is good.
I'm going to put it on the notes.
This year for my birthday, my son and daughter-in-law, my younger son and his wife, bought me a program that's called Storyworth. And what it is each week this company sends me a question that my son has picked out. And what I do is I respond to the question and I write my response, and then those responses are going to be compiled into a book at the end of the year, and then I'll have this book of
Memories and
fantasies and whatever
Right.
that I
Thoughts
can
and
give
such.
to my children and grandchildren.
Let's not give your children and grandchildren your fantasies.
just let's.
You don't know what my fantasies are. They could be perfectly harmless.
They could. Well, okay, we're not talking about me. Never mind.
Okay. Anyway, so the first question was, tell me something you won. And I had to really think about that, but I came up with a response. The second one was, what do you value, or how do you pick your friends? What qualities do you look for in friends? Which is really interesting. And my number one quality was sense of humor, which explains why
you love us.
I love these guys, because they can laugh at me and themselves.
Especially Deb.
Especially Deb.
Hey,
We laugh at her a lot.
We do laugh at her a lot.
they laugh with me, not at me.
No, we laugh
No, we're
at
laughing
you.
at you.
We laugh at you.
Anyway, this week was.
I'm gonna take my friend and go. Oh.
This week was. When were you the happiest?
When I came here.
And typically what I've done over the last 3 questions is, really thought about it for a while and then written my response. This week I've thought about it all week long, and I've finally come up with a response, but it's going to be really lengthy. And I think it was an interesting question that Sue and I were bantering back and forth.
Yeah.
And one of the things that used to make me happy when I was a child was in the winter, we'd wake up on a Saturday where you had all day long available for playing. And I grew up on a lake, and you go out and the ice was frozen and it was perfectly smooth. And we had all day to play on the ice and
the sun
sled
was out.
and there was no wind. And one of those perfect cold.
That's like a once a winter sort of thing.
Yeah,
where it's
exactly.
not super cold and there's hardly any wind and the sun is out and the ice is perfect.
I remember that circumstance making me very happy. I also remember in the summers, we as a family would get together at the lake and have a barbecue and spend the day, skiing and swimming and eating and just all of that with family. And those kinds of days always made me really happy. And then the other one I thought of was I scuba dive. And that first dive, when you've been gone for a while and you're on vacation and you're on the boat, and that very first dive, when you step off into the water and it's like, that is a very happy feeling. So I thought perhaps you folks would like to talk about things that make you happy. I know I can't specifically say one thing, but I can say a variety of things that have made me happy over the years. Certainly my children and my grandchildren. But that's
They're sort of like a given sort of thing, but I think the purpose of like the story thing, like you said, when you were talking about the lake, one of the memories that popped into my head at the moment was the very first time I passed the test that I could go in the deep end. You had to swim down and back, okay? And the very first time I did it, I can remember seeing my father, who was a big push when it came to swimming. And I eventually became a lifeguard up at this camp, which was another miraculous fun thing. But I can literally close my eyes and see the expression on my face. I had a pink and green swimsuit. And my hair was in pigtails. And my dad had on these funky shorts. And he was so proud of me, and we both jumped into the deep end. Now, I jumped right next to the ladder, and he jumped over here, and I kind of swam back to the ladder and got up right away. But, it does. When you read something like that, or when that evokes that sort of memory, hopefully when the book comes out and you're no longer 20 years from now here, it'll evoke memories
20 years from now.
I'm hoping
She'll still be
the
to your
oncologist.
grandchildren as they remember, like you said, the dive.
Says I could be here.
Your dive, because your grandkids go down to Grand Cayman with you. So maybe
If Grand Cayman ever opens up again, yes, they will.
I know, but still the same situation. It might evoke a memory for them as well, which I think is a really cool thing, especially when you get it in a book form.
Well, they had brought, my daughter-in-law's mother had done this last year. So they brought a copy of her book so that I could see kind of
the end result,
the context, what it was going to look like. And it's really nicely done. And I started reading and I thought, maybe I shouldn't be reading someone else. I mean, I know
you don't want to be
but it's
influenced by somebody else's answers. You want your own answers,
I think Grant is picking out the questions. But if you get an opportunity to check out this website, it's called Storyworth. And it is...
That's a cool thing.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a great gift for my grandchildren because they love me no matter what. And they'll read this and think, oh no, wait a minute, maybe that's why I like her so much.
Yeah, that could be a memory. It's sort of like when you find a box of old pictures
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they're the
always
three of
good.
us or there's a kid in it. How does my mother know that, 60 years ago, this was me at 7? But she remembers. And
Of course she does.
and then when you go through the box and there's
Why wouldn't
other
she
people.
remember? I mean, unless your mom has Alzheimer's, of course she's going to remember.
Well, now see, my problem is Tim and Grant looked a great deal alike as young
Well,
children.
we all did too.
But you can still tell them apart in a photo.
Pretty much.
Yeah. As
Pretty
a
much.
mom, you can
The
tell
other
apart.
thing I thought of was, and it happened just yesterday. I was going through a yarn bag, pulling some things out, and I found a $20 bill.
Woohoo!
That
Kinda
made
like
me
those
happy.
days.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's certain times that certain things
I
that
opened
you
up
do.
the center thing in my car and found a $20 bill in there.
$20 bills are
Holy
really.
crap, I'm going to have to start looking.
Right.
I didn't find any.
But
Try to put that
I remember
there.
one
Somebody else
time
put that there.
putting on a winter coat, and I hadn't had it on all winter, because it had been summer, and finding.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to put it on in the summer.
No, and
Well,
finding.
you might.
Stop it, Deborah.
And I found $40 in the pocket.
Coats I get because I do that.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys when you shop.
yeah.
I have a tendency, if I'm going to pay cash, I hand them a 20. Then I take the change and I put it in my
Yeah.
pocket. And even though I know I have $18 in this pocket, I go to the next place and it's $7.62.
And you pull 'em
I pull
another
a
20.
10 or something.
Yeah.
And then this pocket gets that change. And the next thing you know, I put the coat up. I don't wear it again for months, and all of a sudden I find coats I get. Not so much my knitting bag, but that would be cool.
That, and I don't know why. I don't know why I have a $20 bill in my knitting bag, but I did.
Who knows? Maybe you got it as change, or you bought something and somebody paid you.
Yeah, something like that. But it was there, and I was happy.
That's a
and
cute bag.
yeah, it.
Speaking of knitting bag,
She is squirrel.
Did you see that?
Filbert.
Yeah.
we found her
Anyhow,
name.
think about it, and think about what sometimes you have been your happiest.
Yeah.
And
And
I tend to be a real happy person anyway. So
really?
Stop it, Deborah.
I'm gonna smack you.
You are
That's why Sue stays in the
super
middle.
snarly today.
Quick wit. I'll tell you,
Anyway,
quick wit.
anyway, think about
snarly,
it
baby.
and let us know what makes you happy.
Knitting.
Depends on the day. That's me.
Like
Depends
finishing a project and having yarn left.
Yeah, well, see, this is it. Same thing, like you said. I did all my little fiddle bits, right? I found
Yeah,
a bag, and I cleaned out one whole box of yarn, moved it around, but I got rid
Put
of
it
the
in
box.
another box.
Well, no, I just filled up the other box, and I did get rid of stuff. Trust me, I did get rid of stuff. But I found all my little fiddle bits, and I finished this. This is my Easy Goes.
It's
Easy
not
Goes.
finished. It's still on needles.
No, it's technically finished because this was the last row.
So she's going to wear that shawl with the knitting needles in it, y'all.
I've done that.
A lot of people have done that. That's not finished.
Doesn't
No, I
surprise-
don't want another fiddle bit, so I'm keeping going, even though the pattern doesn't say.
Oh,
I'm going
you're
on.
not fucking done
I'm
with it. if you-
well, I could bind off at any moment. Shut up! I'm gonna bind you into it.
I'll bind
Oh,
you
yeah.
off, girl.
But yeah, we were in Alaska.
I wish I
and
had my
gotten-
referee's whiskle.
And I was working on a pattern for the Glacier National Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the yarn was called. And I didn't finish it when we got there. Down to the end like this. So I wrapped it around and I stuck it in my
Stuck
my
the
shirt
needles.
in the thing. And I was fine until I turned the wrong way and it was like, oh, Jesus. And it poked me and I'm going, somebody's looking at me and I'm like, okay, fine, man. And then I couldn't readjust it because I had my knitting needles on it. But everybody commented they liked it. It matches the color of where we're going. I'm like, yeah, it's called that. So anyway, they thought I was pretty slick having that yarn, but they didn't know it was still needles.
Didn't know you like we do.
Yeah. So anyway, when you see somebody wearing a new shawl, be sure you
How
see
do you know
the
it's
ends.
new?
Huh?
Huh?
How do you know it's a new shawl if somebody's wearing it?
Well, if somebody's wearing a shawl, you should probably check the ends. Make sure you see the ends, so they could be putting it in their bra like this. You never
You know, It's one of those things like
How would
clean
you know?
underwear. I just assume.
No one will know. No one will know.
And no one cares.
No one will know.
Listen, I knew when they came in the ER. Oh,
they you're didn't talking listen to clean their underwear.
mother. You know, but anyway.
This was my other suggestion on this one, is to put in stitch markers.
Why?
At what point?
Well, once you get to the first long section, so this one, you have to go till you have a certain amount of stitches, and you're decreasing. So I'm doing pattern 1, so there's four different sizes you can do. So mine is you knit this until you have 56 stitches on it. And I'm sorry, but I just didn't want to count 56 stitches every time.
Oh.
So I put in a stitch marker at 25 and a stitch marker at 50. And so
Then you
I only have to count
6.
these last ones. And
Well,
I know I only have
this is how much
You're really on it.
Yeah. I've just cast it on, and I have stitch markers every 10. So I have lots of
cast
stitch
on.
markers.
What are you casting on?
It said cast on 80.
This?
Yeah.
Did we do it wrong?
We who, buckaroo? You're not doing it.
Me. We.
Oh, you and the squirrel?
Hold on here, guys.
Wait a minute, we think we have an error.
We'll do this after.
Yeah, technical
we'll do this.
difficulties.
That's why I
with
brought
it.
it with me, because
So everybody get the pattern. It's free on Ravelry. Get that, and then we can see pictures
And then we
of you
can
on
compare.
Instagram and
yeah,
tell us who it
and
is.
get on Café Creations and get your minis.
And I have a question on your Do you, when you have your minis, do you put them on the Swift or do you wrap them by
I
your
do.
hand? You do and put them on the Swift
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay, I was just asking.
That's not wound by hand.
No, that's on the Swift.
Come on, guys. That's not wound by hand.
Well, I couldn't tell from here. They look little round, but you're right because they're smaller. They don't get that bulk.
They don't get big.
Right. So,
I do mine on the Swift too. It's just faster.
Yeah.
It's way
well, I'll just
faster.
have to just come over when you're not here and spend all
Why
day
do you-
between 2 or 3.
Why do you have to wait until
Why-
she's not here?
Why don't you just give them to me and I'll wind them for you? And
I think
it'll
it's
be
a
done
good
in
idea.
like a hot second.
My husband was going to get me one. And I said, no, you should probably call Sue and ask her if it's a good idea. And he goes, no, I don't have that much time to hear her complain.
No, don't do it. Let me do them for you.
Okay, I will. So, what do you do with your
Do we
fiddlebutts?
have who, me or?
Yeah, both of you.
Well, I have a blanket going.
Right, I understand, but when you're done with it, do you write down, say you have,
Fuck no.
do you write
It just
down?
goes into my fiddlebit bag.
So you don't care where it came from or what it was for or what it is?
Why the hell would I care?
Okay. I was just
I
wondering-
just throw it into my blanket bag, and when
Mine
I need
usually-
another one, I just grab one.
Mine usually
Doesn't
end up
matter.
rolling across the floor.
Okay.
And I think there's probably a few under the sofa. No. I find things in odd places. Remember the last time the cleaning lady was there?
Yeah.
And I lost my glasses?
Right.
And I thought, no, my cleaning lady is a nice lady, and she does the best she can with the mess she's got. But I have reading glasses that I wear. Typically, I'm wearing contacts right now. Typically, I wear reading glasses during the day unless I'm going out meeting with friends or for whatever reason, vanity takes over and I put in the contacts. I couldn't find my reading glasses, and they ended up being on the floor, which I'm sure that I knocked them there and she didn't. But I accused her of
putting
Putting them in a drawer or
somewhere.
someplace that you had no idea where they were.
Yeah. There are things that
You still haven't found to this day.
yeah, I have a metal straw that I used all the time, and I can't find that.
Have you checked the dishwasher?
No, because I think it would, well, she doesn't put things in the dishwasher.
Okay, I was just wondering.
She,
Do you use your dishwasher?
eh,
Like my mom never used her dishwasher. My mother-in-law doesn't use the dishwasher. She hand washes everything.
I hate
well,
the dishwasher.
what I have to eat in my house goes well on a
Paper plate.
paper plate or
A rinsable plastic.
a napkin or a paper towel or whatever, and
contributing to the waste of our society.
Stop it. It's only paper. It's biodegradable. Shut up, Deb. You're such a tard.
Anyway, so I don't have a lot of dishes. And
So you don't use your dishwasher?
no, not typically.
I would look in there anyway. Maybe she put it in there.
Just
Could
because.
could be. And that would be a good place to hide things from me, in the dishwasher and in the oven.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Well, I wouldn't put a straw in the oven.
but the dishwasher.
But the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
And or the drawer with the silverware.
No. I'm in there all the time.
Well, I would do that. I've told you guys this before.
Well, that
My
does make
cleaning
sense.
lady-
It might be there.
My cleaning lady, I love her. She has come across things that no
Nobody
cleaning
should.
lady should ever come across, and she hasn't said a thing
Woo-hoo.
about it.
Haha.
But she goes home to her husband and says, "You won't believe."
Yeah, she probably does. She probably does, but that's okay. But she puts everything away, and these two will confess that my house is freaking clean, and they probably just sit here and go, "I don't know why you have a cleaning lady anyway." But
No,
Because you don't like to do it.
I don't like to do it. I don't want to. I'll pay her just to come in and clean my stove. Like,
Yeah.
that's
That'd be
and
good.
my toilets,
Ugh, yeah.
please.
yeah. But I had my favorite tea
Infuser.
infuser.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't use it for tea. I used it for spices when I made stock.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Instead of
for all of
putting it
you
in
folks who are going, just get this tea diffuser, blah, blah, blah. I don't use it for tea. I use it for stock. I don't know where in the fuck she's put it. I swear to God,
She's probably
this thing
put
is
it in her
probably
pocket.
50 years old. I think it was my
Aw.
grandmother's. I don't know if it
And
was
it
my
was the
grandmother's or
perfect
anything. It was
size.
the perfect thing to put
Yeah.
your peppercorns and,
Your clothes and all that
stuff
other
in there.
stuff,
Put
yeah.
and it was great. And it had a little hook that went over the edge.
Oh, me.
I've even dumped out.
She's
my-
still looking.
I am.
Yeah, she's-
I know I'll find it. I know I'll find it, but it's probably been 6
It's like
months.
the
and I've gone
$20
through
bill.
every single drawer. I've gone through every drawer. I use my dishwasher. It gets washed almost on a daily basis, so I know it's not in there. I've
It'll
even
turn
dumped out my, like, I have 2 big things with all utensils on the side of my
Right.
stove. I've taken everything out of those, thinking, well, maybe she put it in and it fell to the bottom. I have no idea. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Bless her heart.
And
She
the
put it
funny
away
thing is-
somewhere.
Do you have that happen, and then all of a sudden you turn around and
there it is.
and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell is wrong with
Why
me?
didn't I think of it there?
No, or you've looked there and then you turn around and there
It's
it is.
magic.
It's like when you drop the stitch markers and you're sitting there going, I know it's
I
here
heard it.
somewhere. I heard it. Can't find it. You vacuumed 15 times to yesterday, okay?
And then
now
you
all
sit
of a
down
sudden
and
it's
it's on
like,
the fucking chair.
and then it's like right there, and you're like, son of a bitch, where in the hell has that been? You know?
Yeah.
You know what's the worst one is when you drop like your darning needle or something like that. A
Oh.
needle or a
Oh,
pin.
God.
And you know it's there, and you know darn well that you're going to be the one that's either going to sit
Right.
on it or step on it.
Right.
Because you're the one that's going to get it into you somehow or another.
It's the same thing.
So
I
you
only
sit there
let
and
the
you look
dog
for it and look for it and look
go
for
so
it.
far in my sewing room for that reason. And he likes to come around the corner when
Oh,
I
in the
sit
sewing
in
room?
the sewing
Yeah,
room. Because usually I try to be conscious of where they are for that reason. But there are times that, again, you go looking for it as if I need this and have to have it. And I don't have any more ever. Like one time we were up in Mackinac and they had a great porch. And I used to crochet a lot more than I do now. And of course, you bring one needle for each project. It's in the bag. Knowing that you probably think it could drop, but you never throw an extra. Now I do. I'm much better now.
But
And
don't
I
go to
made my
Mackinac
husband
anymore.
go underneath the porch.
To get your needles?
And he's like, well, you fit down there better than I do. I said, yep, there's spiders and gunk.
Yeah, there's
He
spiders
found
and
like,
crawly things.
he must have found like $8 and change as he was going
Well,
to
that
get
was
my
his.
thing.
That was his payment.
That's
for
what I
doing
told
it.
him.
That was his payment.
And then he's like, he told the guy that, and then of course while he was under there, he was inspecting it, and he told him
Of
that the
course.
joist was going, and
Oh,
that
of
they,
course.
and sure enough,
But
the
the whole
guy
house
fixed
is
it for
gonna
the next year.
fall
and when we
down.
went the next summer, he went underneath there to make sure that it was fixed. So he sent a note.
I got itches from creepy crawlies.
I know. See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, and it was such an old cool house. It had one of those root cellars, and you lifted up the a section of the walkway to get underneath this thing. And Mikey cut the grass one year for the guy because he was out of town. And I wouldn't found really cool old, neat things, and I'm going, I'm not going in there. No, not
Into a
away.
red cellar?
Yeah. We had one
I guess I grew up with
in our
them.
first house.
Yeah, I was
we had
gonna
one,
say.
and I can't remember.
I
the
don't
name of the
understand why
movie.
we don't have that anymore in society.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because
but we had one, and
we
it
don't
had
have gardens.
it had a window that went underneath, and there was this movie that had like they swam by it, and this eel came out and attacked them, and I wouldn't go past it because I was afraid the eel was under there. And then my husband found a dead carcass underneath the one corner.
Oh, okay.
Because a cat had crawled under there and died.
Oh, stop. Oh,
And
Doc.
I said, and I'm like, I'm moving. I can't live here anymore. So we moved.
Well, I have swam with eels,
Oh,
and
they're like weird.
they're
They're
very.
tasty.
I don't think I've eaten eel. I've had
Oh,
octopus.
I don't want to know that. I don't.
They are tasty.
They taste like
But they
chicken.
don't tend to come out at you. If they come out, that's kind of like kind of cool because
Yeah.
they're very shy
They're
and
very
reticent,
shy.
Okay.
and they don't come dashing out at you. And
Well, maybe when next time we get to Grand Cayman, they'll have watched you on the video, and then they'll come out.
come
meet
out and
you.
want an autograph.
Yeah, and kind of meet you and get their picture taken to put on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, like the turtle.
Instagram, like the turtle.
Wow,
Yeah.
the turtle wanted his picture taken with me.
There you go.
Actually, I think the turtle wanted sex, but
Well,
one
that's
of us.
another day,
Yeah.
another topic, another time.
Yeah.
Susan was like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Like they can't follow it.
That was a. Yeah, that was a long trip.
Long trip. I mean, you guys are all going over there. Wait a minute, let me back this up and figure out where they're going with it. Rewind. So, that's about all I have. What do you have in your bag? Wait, she's got something in her bag.
I
Before we go, your
have
knit and prison bag.
my
The
knit
sweater.
and prison
She's in
bag.
prison.
It is my sweater. I was just going to show you
Oh, cool.
where I
Sweater.
am on it. I have
Your short sleeve.
my short
V-neck
sleeve
sweater.
V-neck.
Yeah, the one with the cool yarn.
Yeah. And I have gotten an additional skein of this yarn,
Yay!
which I wanted. The problem is, and it may be a problem only in my mind, but the problem is this is wool, cashmere, and nylon,
Okay.
which is wonderful. And the yarn that I got is just wool and nylon. It's and
So you got a different base?
I inadvertently I did.
Oh, that's probably not going to be good.
That's probably
Well,
not going to be
Because
good.
a lot of times,
You won't get the same stretch.
Well, I thought maybe I could do the other skein on the sleeves because I think I'm still in the first skein, and I'm thinking the
how many skeins of this do you have? Of the real, of the,
this I have another skein of it.
just one other skein.
One other skein, but see,
That's skein number one.
that's still skein number one. I'm going to try to get another skein of the with the right base, but
Because what?
anyway, this is what
like
is
it.
this? Sock Obsession,
Yeah.
Yes.
and the colorway is blue Craze.
Craze.
Yes, isn't that pretty?
Oh,
I
it's
think it's
so
fun.
cool.
Isn't I mean that's
So
Super
just
fun.
I mean if I had small boobs and a flat tummy, I could wear it right now. Of course, I'd also be 16 years old, which would be
I think they're.
Well, and
I
then you'd
love the
probably not
colors.
want to put it on if you were 16.
I love the colors.
I love the colors. I just think that's just an
well, and you know
exquisite
what?
color.
You get on there. Sock Obsession is I think it's Lindsay English, and she has her colorways are gorgeous.
They are. They
I
really
just love them. So there's two others that I've gotten from her that I'm real.
Excuse
Are
me.
you done?
Stop it.
Anyway, so that's where the sweater is.
I like it. I love
I
the
do
way
too.
I'm very happy
that
with it.
looks.
Yeah. So So you can see what I've done this week. I had a cold, which both Deb and Sue have diagnosed as the Delta variant. So I probably...
I didn't say anything about it.
I just said that's what the latest thing is.
But I spent a great deal of time in my pajamas, in my recliner, drinking copious quantities of whatever liquid I could get my hands on. So...
or you just had one of those wonderful, hateful,
Summer
terrible
colds.
Summer colds that
yeah,
just
I
seem
think
to linger.
that's what it felt like. It's... So I'm much better today.
She was even like, "Hey, I want to go out to lunch tomorrow. Somebody please go with."
Everybody
Nobody
was
wanted to go to
busy.
lunch with me yesterday.
We were all busy, so you know.
Oh yeah,
I was
all
busy.
of you were busy and left me alone. And I even promised to shower and put on clean underwear, and that still didn't entice anybody to meet me for lunch. So my heart was broken.
And
Good
you
thing I
notice-
recover quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, on that note, I think we've digressed enough.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Oh,
So think about this
but-
week.
yeah.
Your question,
Her question.
My question: What makes you happiest?
Yeah.
and we'll get back to you on this pattern between how she cast it on and how
Oh,
she
yeah,
cast
yeah,
it on.
Yeah.
She might have us, and I think that we should turn this into kind of like our little bit of knit along type thing. We can
Well, then you
fill it
better
in.
get at it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You need to.
The technical aspects
No.
of it. She's a technical person anyway. So
Well, I like to figure out problems.
you do.
I do like to figure
Yeah, I
out
like to
problems.
You're a
create
problem
them.
solver.
So isn't that a
So
squeaky?
and we're back to K-Tog, Filbert,
Well, we'll announce that
and
next
Sybil.
week.
We'll announce next week.
What
so
was
we
the
have to
last
say-
one?
Sybil. Sybil.
So that's my husband.
Sybil.
Especially after he saw this.
I don't know. We may have to give a stitch marker set to the winner.
Yeah, probably. That'd be a good idea.
I can send a squirrel stitch marker set to the winner.
They're really
Perfect.
cute. I use them. And I actually thought about putting them on my hat.
yeah,
I
no,
found
no,
them on
don't do-
Doreen's and I was like, I think I should start changing instead of Bob's. It should just be squirrel. When
yeah,
stuff
no.
comes from the squirrel. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
You
Have
guys,
a good week.
You guys have a good week.
Stay cool. 'Cause
Make
it's
your
supposed to be
comments,
getting warm.
subscribe, push the buttons.
Oh, yeah, all that junk.
You know all that.
You know standard crap.
And if you are
It's
subscribed,
too big. Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's not too big. I like it.
I like it too.
whatever.
Have a good week.
Keep knitting.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, I don't have my microphone. Okay.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
And